When the millionaire pretended to be poor and was humiliated at his own car dealership, nobody fade in. XT, sun-bleached car lot, morning. Rows of polished cars glitter. A hand-painted sign, Vernon Auto Sales. It looks like any small-town lot. A security camera swivels slowly on a pole. A shabby-looking man in a thrift jacket and scuffed shoes approaches the front desk, hat pulled low. He moves with a practiced ease, eyes sharp. This is James Vernon, 50s, crisp voice, the actual owner of the dealership, but today playing broke. NT, dealership, sales floor, continuous. Lucy Carter, 30s, the lot manager, cheerful, clipboard in hand, greets customers. Marco, 20s, a slick salesman, leans against a desk, thumbs through his phone. James stands at the edge of the showroom, feigning indecision. He watches how staff treat him. Lucy, spotting him. Morning, need help? James, soft, embarrassed. Yeah, I'm looking for something cheap. Real cheap. Lucy smiles in practiced sympathy, points to older sedans. Lucy, we got a fair selection. Budget buyers love the '03 Corolla. Low payments. Want me to pull it up? James nods. He can see the pride on Lucy's face. She treats customers well. Across the floor, Marco notices James. He smirks, whispers to another salesman, Tyrell. Marco, looks like he used the charity bin for his jacket. Tyrell laughs. Marco is the kind of salesman who sizes people up the second they walk in. James samples the interaction, cataloging details. Lucy's warmth versus Marco's sneer. He keeps the performance. NT, dealership, back office, later. James slips into the office. He removes a fake ID and changes his posture. He is James Vernon now, not the shabby man. The office is filled with framed awards. Top Dealer 2019, Community Champion. A gleaming model car sits on the desk. He flips open his laptop. An open tab, social media. The dealership's feed shows photos of flashy cars and smiling customers. Comments praising James for generosity. On a sticky note, charity event Friday. James will be there. James breathes. He begins a ledger on paper, making notes about staff behavior. Lucy, 9. Marco, 3. He hesitates, then speaks aloud, to no one. James, aloud to himself. Option 1, reveal and see who acts. Option 2, keep at it and see what they do when they think I'm nothing. There, a mirror of the DNA. He chooses. Cut 2, XT, later that day. A broken-down pickup pulls up. Mrs. Holloway, 60s, steps out, worried. Her old car's hood smokes. James, back in the shabby jacket, notices and moves first. He helps her with empathy, checks under the hood, tells her to sit while he fixes the wiring. He refuses payment. Lucy brings her coffee. Marco watches from the office window, arms folded. Mrs. Holloway, bless you, son. Why are you so kind? James shrugs. We're all just trying to get by. She hugs him. He feels a warmth he didn't expect. NT, charity prep room, day. The staff prepares for Friday's charity event. Posters read, Vernon gives back. Marco scoffs as he pins a poster. Marco, under his breath, all for the cameras. Lucy overhears, face hardening. Lucy, for the kids, and the neighborhood. She glares at Marco, who waves her off. Pride and contempt clash. James watches from the doorway as the crew argues. He's cataloging, but also absorbing something deeper. NT, dealership, manager's office, night. Lights dim. James lingers. He studies employee files, hours, sales, reviews. He flips through Marco's file. Good numbers, petty complaints. Then he finds a small envelope. Marco, loan default, past due. He pauses. The smug kid hides something. NT, dealership, showroom, early next morning. James, still pretending poor, buys a cheap coffee from the vending machine and sits by the customer couch. He's trying to understand motives. A camera phone POV, someone filming James approaches. It's Tyrell, eager for content. He posts a clip captioned, "Homeless dude at Vernon tries to sell us a car, LOL." The clip gets a few laughs, but not many views. James feels the sting of public mockery. He has more to learn. NT, dealership, lunchroom, day. Staff gathered. James, in threadbare clothes, waits to speak. Staff expect an oddball. Marco, leaning back. "So, you're going to tell us what you actually want?" James looks up, sets his jaw. "James, I want to see how you treat people who can't afford a fancy suit. I want to know who is real." There's a murmur. Lucy looks proud. Marco laughs, dismissive. "Marco, you play games, old man. Real folks don't come here to be judged." He just wants honesty. James watches faces. The camera in the corner slides to capture every angle. Part theater, part test. NT, dealership, Saturday sale, afternoon. Business is brisk. A local influencer, Casey, 20s, arrives, live streaming. They hype up the lot. Marco leans into his charm, guiding a young couple toward a convertible. James, still incognito, overhears Marco promising things beyond his authority. Inflated warranties, false financing terms. In the corner, Mrs. Holloway returns, bringing James homemade cookies. "Thanks for the help." Marco sneers. Montage. James testing staff. He asks Marco for a discount for a struggling firefighter. Marco lectures about profitability. He sees Lucy sneak a note to a single mother customer with payment resources. He overhears Marco badmouthing an older customer who wants to haggle. He watches Lucy stay late to help a teenager fill out financing forms. End montage. James's ledger grows, entries of kindness and cruelty. He sits with conflicting feelings. NT, dealership, late afternoon. James decides to push the experiment. He quietly arranges, via a phone call, to have the local news do a surprise inspection at the dealership tomorrow during the charity drive. He wants to expose patterns publicly. Cut to Marco, juggling his phone, smirking as he texts someone, "If anything happens tomorrow, just keep it real." INT dealership, Friday charity drive, day. The lot transforms. Balloons, families, a banner. Vernon gives back. The mayor cuts a ribbon. Cameras click. People applaud. James stands off to the side, still wearing the same shabby coat. He watches Lucy direct volunteers. She organizes test drives for underprivileged teens, offers practical advice, races the kids on a miniature track. Suddenly, commotion. Casey, the influencer, live streams a discovery. A video montage surfaces on social media. Vernon owner ploys. Poor guy filmed secretly judging staff. Comments explode. People accuse the dealership of deception. Marco, pointing. "Isn't that the owner? That fake homeless guy?" The crowd turns. Whispers spread. Phones come up. A local reporter approaches, microphone extended. Reporter, to Lucy, "Is this true? Is the owner pretending to be poor?" Lucy's face flushes with betrayal. She looks at James. Lucy, quiet, hurt. "Why would you—" James steps forward, removing his hat, revealing his face. The crowd gasps. James, "I'm James Vernon. I came here to see how we treat people." An awkward silence. Lucy's eyes flash with anger, not at the exposure, but at the method. "Lucy, you lied to everybody, our customers, our staff, the community. You didn't test humanity, you staged it." Marco, loud, triumphant. "I told you that guy was nothing. Guess I was right." A ripple of condemnation. The mayor looks embarrassed on local TV. Comments threads fill with outrage. Staged humiliation trends. James flounders, tries to explain. James, "I wanted honesty. I wanted to fix things." Reporter, pressing. "By humiliating your own team?" James searches faces. Lucy, protective and burned. Marco, smug and exposed. Mrs. Holloway, confused. The cameras turn more hostile. Int dealership, back room, later. The aftermath. Lucy packs a box of personal items. Employees murmur. Marco stands tall, using the scandal to his advantage online. His follower count spikes. He posts a clip. Expose the boss, moral win. Lucy confronts James, back against the wall. Lucy, you could have talked to me. You could have trusted us. You used us like props so you could feel better about yourself. James, I was afraid to know, afraid of what I'd find. Lucy, then don't be surprised when we're angry you didn't respect us enough to ask. Her words cut deep. Int dealership, night. James sits alone in his office. The model car glints. He reads comments on his company page. Dishonest stunt. Embarrassment. Don't shop here. Donations to the charity event plummet. Sponsors withdraw. He pulls out his ledger, pages of notes about kindness and cruelty. He tears one out and crumples it. He realizes that his attempt to provoke truth resulted in betrayal and humiliation, not just his own, but others. The humiliation he feared he might suffer has arrived, but in a mirror he set up. He picks up the phone.
Dials. James. Into phone. Get me Mrs. Holloway. And send flowers to every family who came today. Tell them I'll personally apologize. His voice trembles with shame, but also resolve. Ext. Dealership. Morning. A week later. A new sign hangs beneath the dealership logo. We're listening. The lot is quieter. James stands, no disguise this time. He's in an ordinary suit, humble. A community meeting is set up on the lot. Chairs in rows. A small stage. The mayor, Lucy, and local residents are there. James takes the mic. James. Earnest. I made a terrible mistake. I thought deception would reveal truth. It didn't. It only hurt the people who were already risking their trust for this place. He gestures to Lucy. James. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for a chance to earn it. Starting today, transparency about pricing and financing, third-party audits of sales practices, a community advisory board to help run our charity work. He hands Lucy a folder of plans. She scans it, skeptical. Lucy. Soft. She pauses, then meets his eyes. Lucy. Show me then. He nods. Montage. Repair and reconciliation. The dealership volunteers at a neighborhood cleanup. Marco trains under Lucy's supervision. His arrogance softens when he sees real hardship. James sits with frontline staff, listens to their stories without interruption. The dealership launches a program. Reliable, low-cost cars for essential workers. Payments handled transparently. End montage. Ext. Dealership. 6 months later. Day. The lot is busier, quieter, in a good way. A banner reads, New Vernon, Community First. The local news covers a drive where low-income buyers get reliable cars with fully disclosed terms. Marco helps a young father choose a car. He's different, less performance-focused, more respectful. He glances at James, gives a small nod. James nods back. Lucy watches, then walks over to James. Lucy. You earned a lot of goodwill. Not by tests, but by consistency. I almost lost more than goodwill. They share a look, a fragile truce turning into something steadier. Ext. Dealership. Sunset. Women and men, kids and elders walk through the lot. James stands by the entrance, greeting people. He is no longer hidden behind an experiment. He has been humbled, and the humiliation has been the catalyst for change, slow and imperfect. A small kid tugs on James's sleeve. Kid, are you rich? The question is simple, innocent. James, smiling. I have enough. How about you? Tell me about your bike. They walk off together. The camera pulls back. The lot's lights glow as evening falls. Super. Nobody imagined humility could be the beginning of something honest. Fade out. The end.